Hi, it's Friday. Today is a little bit more low-key. It's a bit of a long video, so I would say go ahead and grab a drink for this one, or just have it in the background while you draw with me. I'm just going to be going over pretty much where I've been and what I've been up to, because it's a lot. So, while I'm talking to you today, you're going to be just looking over a lot of my art fight references, because that's happening now. I know, it's crazy. I started doing this like late May, beginning of June, and it's already almost July, which is really freaking crazy, because that also means my birthday is coming up. I turn 28 on July 20th, which is really crazy. It's like such a serious big girl age, and I'm trying to be normal about it, but at the same time I think I'm just waiting for 30. I just want to get over it, I guess, if that makes sense. Like post 25 you feel so old and it's so embarrassing, but then if you think about the idea of 30, like that's my new start, that's a new beginning, I'm young again. I guess, I don't know. What has Friday been up to? I quit my big girl office job back in May, which was terrifying. I don't really know how else to say it. It was really terrifying and honestly anxiety inducing, but the job itself was like, I can't go too much into it, but pretty much I worked on the insurance side of things at a remote job, and just more and more they were giving a lot of our tasks to AI, or having us train AI kind of, I don't really want to say like secretly, but I didn't like how dodgy they were being about directly saying that's what we were doing either. It was just very dystopian, especially because, well, I've been working on my webcomic and my art for, I think we're coming close to a year now, maybe 2 if you include like scripting and conceptualizing, and I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? There's these 2 very different ideas, I guess, going on in me, or like truths that I'm living. Like, 1, you have to get a big girl job to be able to survive all these big girl bills, going on right now. But then 2, it's like, it's really hard to do something you know is wrong, or will affect you and other people, especially in the kind of stuff we're doing. It was really hard to clock in and then think about, okay, well, I know my job is pretty much to check to make sure the AI is doing its job, but then it's also, what about the ones I don't get to? What about the ones that fall through the cracks? How is this going to affect other people on the other side of the screen who aren't just like numbers? Like, these are real people. And I just, I don't know, I couldn't do it anymore. I think the final straw on the camel's back was, it's so small, it's so stupid. I got an email while I was sleeping, and when I woke up to clock in, it was the first thing I read, and it was my boss telling me like, hey, your metrics are doing down, is everything going okay? Like, you used to be like top performer. And when I looked at it, I just kept thinking, like, are you serious? Like, 1, I don't even want to be here. 2, I don't even like what we're doing. And it's like, they say it themselves, like, during all these meetings, like, we're pretty much like doing the best that we can, but the obstacles just keep changing and our quotas keep changing, like, on top of it already feeling wrong. It just, no matter what we do, we're doing something like not the right way. And I just thought, like, oh my god, okay, like, I gave it a fair shake. I, honest to god, 2 years, at this job, I tried doing the best I could. I'm gonna be broke no matter what in the kind of society that we live in right now, so it's like I might as well be doing what I want to do instead of waiting for some big catastrophe to hit me and then say, oh, well, now I have to restart and do what I want to do. I wouldn't. I think the bottom line is I wouldn't have done that. I think if I got, like a lot of people are right now, like eventually getting fired from that job and being replaced by AI, I still think that I would just jump to the next best, like, safety net. But the thing about nets is like they have holes. It's like, I don't know, like, that's where my head is at, or was. It's still something I'm thinking about, because again, it's only a month has gone by, and yet so much has happened. I don't know, I keep thinking, like, brave or stupid, I don't know. I think it was the right choice regardless. Because again, like, if you're gonna be broke doing anything or feel weird doing anything, you might as well do something you like doing, so you keep that motivation. And I don't want this to be spent in a way that I'm telling you, like, I quit my job to pursue art full time, so can you. I'm not. Okay, let me just put that out there right now. I'm not doing art full time. I need support. I need an income, like stably, at least like starting out. I don't know what's gonna look like in a year. I like the idea of only doing art, but I gotta like get it going, get it started, start doing the thing, you know? So right now, I'm in a very weird come around moment. I'm actually working at the first retail job I started at. And I like doing clothing retail genuinely. Like, I liked it before. The only reason I quit was because it doesn't pay the bills. Which, that's a whole other discussion about capitalism. We don't have time to get into. This is not about that. This is about art, mostly. Or, you know, catching up where I'm at. But I like it. It's a lot like playing Style Savvy, IRL. If you ever play those games, like management games, I think it's really interesting getting a window into people's lives, especially people who come, like, I don't know, like, our bracket is definitely like older women who are, you know, career girls and mothers, but you get all, that's it. I mean, it really connects it. You get all kinds of people coming in. Like, I feel every day I'm having a new conversation with a totally new person. People say the craziest freaking things. Sometimes with strangers. I might do a video or story time about that in the future, because I don't. People were very confident, I guess, in telling me things. Like, someone told me a couple of days ago that her mother recently passed away, and now she's gonna try wearing her favorite color again, because since then it's been kind of tainted and associated with her, and now she misses her. And I was like, that is so profound. It gets so freaking sad. Yes, Jenna, let's try yellow. It could be your color too. I just, what do you say in that moment? I don't know, but just, you know, just try to be genuine. But that is the point, I think, of, or at least the appeal to me, going to in-person stuff and talking to people in general, because especially this digital technology age that we're living in, I think we're missing a lot of that human connection. And I thought about, like, if me, you know, 20-something lady is feeling a little out of sorts with all this social media fatigue, I can't imagine what it's like for people who just go to work and have to go home to hear the kids, and then that's it, day in, day out. Like, yeah, it would be probably nice just to vent to a public service worker, you know, or like feel a genuine connection of, like, yeah, I see you. I think it's keeping in mind too, like, I guess grounding myself of like why I'm here, and also recognizing, like, I don't know what's going on in these people's lives, and even if I don't, and even if I do, I still think it's important to give everyone kind of like a fair shake and just do the best that I can where I'm at, because this isn't my forever job either. Like, I'm still doing my art right now. Like, right now as we speak, you're watching me work on my art fight references, 1, and then 2, I'm still working on Grim City. Like, I just finished chapter 5 as of writing this, I think last week, and now we're getting started on the pencils and thumbnails. So it's still happening. Life is still moving. This job isn't my end all be all. And I think any job, whatever you're doing, it really helps to have a bigger goal in place, and it's honestly helped a lot. I think comparatively to me back at 20, where like, I need this job or I can't do anything, I can't pay anything, I'm gonna be homeless, my mom's gonna be homeless. Like, but now it's like, it could be, but this isn't the only source of income. It's just a major one right now, which isn't saying a lot, but it's like something stable, I think, as I try to figure myself out and figure out how to gear towards making art help pay for the rest of, you know, bills, and on top of that, working towards making some kind of, I don't want to say legacy, but I don't know, living, I guess that's just the word I want to use, because, yeah, if I can live, if I can eat whatever bagel I want that morning without having to think about it, that would be awesome. I guess that's my goal, to eat the most delicious bagel whenever I want. And off of that, like, as far as I'm feeling with my big girl bagel girls, I feel scared. I mean, of course, I can't emphasize that enough. I'm terrified. I'm so scared. Like, of course I worry and I freak out, like, oh my god, what if your uncle's wrong? What if I'm homeless? Oh my god. But now my mom is like, it's me and my girlfriend and our beautiful cat, how can I do this to us? But it's like, and what if it goes right? Like, and what if it goes well? And it's like, again, like, you're not, I think it's important starting out with anything too, don't put everything into it. As my first mistake doing anything, it's like, just working up towards it, just working it up, flexing that muscle, getting more comfortable with it. Like, it's gonna be okay. Stop thinking of the worst case scenario. I think of the best case scenario. Okay, at least it is what your personality disorder can do for you. Okay, let's not get that twisted. But it's weird. I'm just trying to stay balanced and as in the middle as I can about this, because I think it really starts with mentality of like, yeah, I'll be okay, and if I'm not, that's okay too. I think the biggest thing that has hindered me or kept me from doing what I want to do generally has been being a perfectionist and being afraid of failure. And every time I mess up even a little bit, I equate it, such a black and white thinking of being like, okay, then I'm a failure. I messed up at this. I'm just bad at this. I'm not gonna do it again. And that stops me from like picking up hobbies. That stops me from like talking to people more, because I feel like an idiot if I say something a little awkward and I'm like, okay, then that's it. Then they hate me. Like,
hey Goop, what's up? Cool binder. Hey Goop, wanna come over to my house today?
They all hated me.
Life is not so simple. I'm afraid. But of course that extends to art too then, because then I'll stay in a box. I won't experiment as much and I won't grow, you know. And failure at one point, one thing, it doesn't mean I'm a failure. It doesn't mean this thing is over. It just means like, yeah, you messed up, and that's it. It's a very humbling period in my life, to say the least. What mindset can I have to make sure I just keep going and trying and being okay if one thing doesn't work out, and just moving to the next, or just revisiting something after I give it some space, because I'm emotional. I still take it hard. Doesn't mean I'm not taking it, right? Oh, that sounds, yeah. What? I think when you live in your truth, people feel more comfortable living their truth, which is something I do want to encourage in people. I do want people to be able to be fully honest and fully open. Speaking of mentality and mindset, I was listening to a lot of I quit my job to do art full-time YouTube videos while I was at work doing reports, hyping myself up to make the decision for like months. Like, again, it was a very slow process. It's different for everyone. Those are their truths, and I'm glad that they spoke up to it, because if you read the comments, a lot of these, there's a lot of people who are like, this is a push that I needed to quit my job, or like, you're right, I should depend more on my friends or my family or whatever my support system is and make the move, whatever that looks like for them. Because a lot of times, half the time, it's not even art, it's like whatever stage that they're at, and I can relate to that. Okay, well, what if you don't have a tech pro boyfriend? Stereotype, right? What if you don't have like a financial support? Then you're kind of more, the word is, I don't want to say trapped, but I think you can get that headspace of feeling trapped, which that was my problem for a while, because I'm very trapped by my what ifs and by my fear. Like, I will always listen to my anxiety first before my hope, and we're trying to change that, like I said, we're trying to change that. The reality is, like, I'm not in that kind of position or situation, or I haven't been yet, where I can just say, yeah, let's do it right full time, let's make that jump. I can't, and that's okay. Right now, the reality is I'm the breadwinner. It would be irresponsible in my life right now to not have more than one income. And for most of my life, I grew up in a single parent household, and we had food stamps. And I feel embarrassed about it, I guess, because it's very vulnerable, you know, looking back at it now at my age. I realize it's not embarrassing. Like, you get a lot of life skill out of it, and I think the most important one is learning to depend on other people, and learning that, like, the world isn't so freaking scary. I think it's leaning more on that truth than leaning on, like, oh, what if it goes wrong? I'll end up back where I was. It's more like, okay, but you know how to get out of it, though. I feel like now I realize that every time I've relied on someone else, I've come out of it with a lot more experience and a lot more understanding on how to help someone else in the future. And I think art works the same way as that. Like, okay, back to right now, I quit my job I'm in a weird, unknown mental space. I feel hopeful, I guess, despite the circumstances of the world and everything. I think the home that I've made and the community I'm learning to lean on isn't like a coincidence, or it's not manifestation or any of that. I made a conscious choice and a deliberate decision to change. I have to accept that I can't plan my whole life out. I just can't. It doesn't work that way. It happens. Things come to you, and it's more about learning what works best for you to roll with the punches, you know? And I just take my meds, make sure I eat 3 square meals a day, and work on my art. Everything else will come because I have to trust myself. I'm gonna make it up. I'm gonna work it out with these decisions that I've made. And going off of that, if you're thinking about, you know, community a little bit now after having listened to this so far, if you're still listening, thank you. You're so patient. No, generally, thank you for making it this far. You definitely should. I think just anything that interests you, do it scared. I mean, like, bring a friend or family member with you if you have one. That's what I did. It just takes like one time, and then from there it'll start to branch out. I think you surprise yourself by how adventurous and how brave you can be. Like, if you're unsure of where to start, I always say, like, ask a local librarian or Google around your zip code. You know, that's what I did. I didn't even know there was an Austin Comics Creators Discord till I, on a whim, on one of my crazy little whims, I just went to the Staples convention, and not even knowing really what it was, I just saw, like, comics. I'm working on a comic. I should go there. And honestly, it was like life-changing. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not even kidding. It was very life-changing. It was like people putting up their art that they have been working on and what other projects are, and selling that and talking to people. And I don't know. It just reminded me, like, you never know where you're gonna end up. And I'm not the only person doing this. I'm not the only person working on something I care about and making the scary decisions to do it anyways. It was really nice, you know? I got a lot of little comics that day, and I think the more that you surround yourself by the kind of people you want to be like, you know, finding your people, and they do rub off on you. Like, I think now, since I've, from there, you know, going to the Staples convention and joining the Discord and one thing to another thing, going to whatever little events pop up when I can. I don't go to every single one. Again, I have a job. Especially now I have a retail job. My hours are kind of weird, but I go when I can. And I think now, after having regularly gone to monthly meetings nearby my house or to the big one down at the Arboretum, I don't know. I feel like my brain's been washed a little bit. I'm surrounded by all kinds of artists doing their own thing. It's very refreshing in this weird AI age we find ourselves in. Despite that, it's also an age of rediscovering people and touching grass and frolicking. Let's go frolic, you know? I think if I want to say anything to take away from this, I want to emphasize that if you're thinking about it, do it, try it. You don't even have to stick with it, okay? Like, even if you try it and you're like, Friday, I hated that. That's okay, okay? I'm glad you even tried it, alright? That's great. And then also keep it in mind, it might just take a little bit of experimenting and just going to all kinds of different little things, or just like, okay, let's just see where this goes. Because at least you'll learn something about yourself, and I think that's the most important thing to take away from that. Of going outside. If you're in the Central Texas area, come say hi. July 25th. I'll put it up here. I'm gonna be in San Marcos at the Trinket Girl Alley selling art, emphasizing also, that's why I'm so freaking terrified and scared right now, because I've never ever done this. I've never sold my art in person. I've actually never really sold my art either outside commissions. So that will be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Ooh, it's my first, I'm new gen, so don't expect anything too fancy, but do expect me. I will be there, I'll be pulled up, and I'll be selling some prints and what have you, and I'll probably make another video here soon, either like, I guess depending, either of me doing prep for it and figuring that out, and how the market went and my experience with it. Yeah, looking forward to that. I should say, like, I'm not doing this alone either. I can't, it's scared. I think especially it's my first time doing anything, I like to do it with someone else, just so I'm a little like, okay, well, if all goes wrong, at least I had a cool hangout with my best friend. So, But Trinket Girl is pretty cool. I've actually gone to several of these events because my best friend and my roommate, June, she also works on Grim City with me, by the way. Yeah, very cool. She's a tattoo artist. She does cute little trinket themed tattoos. Actually, let me cash cow her up here. Look at her stuff. It's so beautiful and I love it genuinely so much. She's very, very talented. And actually all my tattoos have been done by her, fun fact. So she'll be doing some flash art there live, tattooing, very cool. And I'll be next to her selling my art. So that would be very, I don't know, I'm excited, but I'm also scared at the same time. I'm nervous-sided. That's what's happening. This was all like very straight from my heart and not really scripted. But I promise it's so genuine. If you liked it, do let me know, okay? And if you're still unsure but interested in learning how to get out there and check out your own community, let me know that too, and let me know how your process is going if you started. I'll be checking comments and maybe I'll do another video going into some of that if you guys have questions about more of the specifics of what I did or other people's experiences. I don't know, but we're both figuring it out, okay? I just want you to know that I love you and it's gonna be okay. I'm telling both of us that, okay? I'm looking at the mirror like, it's gonna be okay. I'm telling you that too, okay? Wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, whatever your goals are, you're gonna make it work, okay? We're gonna make it work.